Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be drafting tonight. We'll be doing a redraft best ball underdog draft, but also while we do that, while we wait to be on the clock, I'll do two drafts, one with you guys, one without you. But I'm going to go ahead and draft Breece Hall at some point during this draft right here, if I can. I draft best player available, but we're going to draft Breece Hall. The topic tonight is Breece Hall. The topic on the show at 8 p.m., go watch it. Breece Hall's on the front of that. The one that doesn't say Dynasty. This topic tonight is we're gonna draft Breece Hall, talk Breece Hall, Dynasty trade talk with Breece Hall. It all begins right now, and I'm drafting on the clock. Let's see here, 7 seconds left. Let's go with Jahmyr Gibbs here. Jahmyr Gibbs doing it live. Breece Hall show. Buckle up, Buttercups. Doing it live.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So tonight's topic is going to be Dynasty. How to trade for Breece Hall in Dynasty. We're going to go over Dynasty. Looks like we're out of this already. We write so much on the show that we go through markers like crazy. Where's my marker? Stash right here. I'm gonna open up phone lines in a minute, and we're gonna discuss probably after my third pick on the Underdog draft. If you want to draft after this one, we're gonna all draft together on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. I want you guys to T. Higgins. What is going on over there? What is going on? 13 overall T. Higgins. Thank you. I want to thank Mom. I want to thank my dad. I want to thank everybody for the genius draft I'm about to have, because T. Higgins somehow is going to be between me and the next pick, and I couldn't have done it without Dad and Mom and the Bruce out there, and maybe Rock Out and Travis.
Let him cook.
What are we doing back there, bro? What are we doing back there? Let's go, Bucky. Let's get buckied.
Let's go. Mashed potatoes.
Difficult situation we're in right here. We might be going running back if we're going to try and pull off a Breece Hall pick, but I won't force it. If I feel like it's going to make the team horrible, I will adjust and adapt. We'll try and draft Breece Hall on the draft together. I won't force it, but I can't pass on a Gibbs and Bucky. Thank you to the 12 spot for who knows what in the hell you're doing over there, bro. What in the hell has gotten into you? I mean, that's just wild. That is wild. Okay. While we await that, let's talk about trading for Breece Hall in Dynasty. Now, I made a trade the other day. Travis, dial in if you're watching right here. What was the trade that I made? I traded for... Oh, yeah. Okay. It was... I traded Hurts... Let me prime this pen real quick. Jake, wait. Hold on. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for my next pick. I don't know what I'm going to get. This T. Higgins situation here, this guy grabbing T. Higgins at 13 is crazy. I traded Jalen Hurts away. This is a Dynasty trade. And I got Bo Nix and Breece Hall. I got both those bad boys. We're on the clock. Let's swing back over to the draft. Again, I'm not going to force Breece Hall here. I am intrigued by trying to go. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson. It's too much of a value here. This is me being disciplined. This is me adjusting and adapting. This is me going best player available. I wanted to force it, but you never know. I don't think he falls. You never know. He's been going around 4.1, 4.2. You never know what's going to happen. We'll just see. Wouldn't that be insane? That would be the craziest team ever assembled if somehow he does fall. But we'll let it slide, and we'll see what happens. Kyron just went Hurts for Bo Nix and Breece Hall. I did this trade in Dynasty, and I feel like I broke the internet. But the reaction wasn't as great as I thought. I didn't get people going, "Oh, Smitty, you're a genius. I can't believe it." For me, I'm sitting here going, this is the best trade I've ever pulled off because of what I feel about Bo Nix, because I believe Bo Nix will outscore Hurts. I quietly believe Bo Nix is going to outscore Jalen Hurts. Now, you might disagree with me, and I really don't care. But all I know is I got a player in Hall who's still young, who's going to do a hell of a job in 2025 with the best situation he could possibly be handed. And all these negative Noahs and worried Williams and occupied Oscars are acting like this isn't the best team Fields has ever played for, the best defense he's ever had, the only playbook that's ever been fully handed to him, a wide receiver he played with in college, the rapport is already baked in, top 10 defense, top 10 offensive line. On the clock. DK ain't bad here. We could reach a little early on Travis Hunter. I might do that. He's only like 6 picks down. It's not a big reach. I'm going to go Hunter. I'm going to get balance here. We're going to come back around and maybe take Harvey, and then we'll see what happens and what develops. I love this team so far. This is a great start. I don't know that I have any Gibbs, Bucky, Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter variants. So even if I'm drafting a lot of the similar players you see me smash all day long, this variant is a pretty good damn variant. I don't think I have this variant yet. So this is a good one. Let's swing back over here. Let me put the board in the left corner so that we can keep an eye on when we're on the clock here. And I don't have to look at this other screen here. Let's put this down here. So the board's right here. Let's swing it around the other direction because I have a little bit of that OCD to a degree. And we'll bring that and make that expand that. There we go. Okay. This to me is a marvelous trade. This is a running back that in Dynasty is getting disrespected, and I've had enough of it.
The disrespect.
I've had enough. Not only are these all disrespected players in redraft, these are disrespected players in Dynasty. This is a Dynasty video tonight. We're talking Dynasty. We might be in the middle of a redraft best ball. That's neither here nor there. Ignore that. Right now we're talking about this man, Breece Hall, and we're doing it from a Dynasty perspective, damn it. And hold on, back to the redraft. Best ball draft. Harvey's there. Of course, we love that. We got Kenneth Walker, Alvin Kamara, Dunze Jennings, Burrow. I like Burrow. I kind of want to snag Burrow. This guy who took T. Higgins, he took also Breece Hall. That's right. He's probably watching. He got mad. He's like, you making fun of my T. Higgins picks, Smitty. I'll show you. I'll snipe Breece Hall from you. That's okay. I've got 3 top 10 running backs, 2 top 5 running backs. I also have a top 10 wide receiver. I believe a quietly close to top 10 wide receiver in Travis Hunter. I'm doing it live, so I don't really care. Joe Burrow is probably going to fall to you. Congratulations, 12 drafter. You were able to pair Higgins and Joe Burrow from the 13 pick in the 60. Never been done before. The first in history to do it. The first in history to do it.
Mashed potatoes!
I don't think I've ever seen this done. Now, if he doesn't take Joe Burrow, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my absolute mind. You take T. Higgins at 13, you better be taking Joe Burrow at 61, or I just don't understand you. And I don't want to understand you. What's he doing? What are you doing, bro?
Take a big lap. We don't need your hating ass coming back now. Take a big lap. Take one.
What in the hell's going on here? How do you take T. Higgins at 13 and you don't take Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow at 61? You're going to make me take him. You're going to make me do the dirty work here. And I'm not afraid to do it. Although I like Debo if Burrow gets sniped here. This guy's got to go Burrow. He's got Chase Brown. But nothing's making sense in this draft anyway. He's going to go Joe Burrow. There's no way he doesn't. Oh, my. What are we doing?
Take a big lap. We don't need your head.
Are we asleep at the wheel? Look, I like Debo, but Debo, bye-bye. Joey B in round number... What are we in, round 6? Round 6. Oh, this is like taking candy from a baby.
Let him cook.
Oh, what are we doing back there? This is a best ball mania. Yes, it is a best ball mania. This ain't no puppy or poodle doo or shih tzu or anything. This is an actual best ball mania. This is the pizza party. This is the $2 million hauler. This is the pizza party bash that your boy's throwing if we get the Big Dipper. And this one right here, Joe Burrow, 67 overall. What's going on back there?
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
I mean, I'm in the middle of a damn Breece Hall Dynasty live stream, and you're making me interrupt this. We've got, let's not screw this up. I don't like any of these players here. Pearsall, Golden, Reed, Shakir, Diggs. Pacheco's okay, but we're good at RB. Aaron Jones, Downs, and Mahomes. We're going to bully QB this bad boy. Do it live.
Let him cook.
All right, we'll swing back. This is like taking candy from a baby. But here's the thing. I don't want to hear no, you shouldn't bully QB. This is unbelievable to bully QB this. To bully QB, I don't have 100% Mahomes. I have about 82% Mahomes probably, if I had to guess. And yeah, happy birthday to America. Happy birthday, America.
Let him cook.
All right, here we go. Woo! Oh, the Bo Nix go. The guy took Bo Nix. Thank goodness, because I don't want to have to take him. You don't leave Bo Nix for me. That's a bad recipe. We know who we like here. We know who we like. You know who we like here. Question's gonna be: do we go? Oh wait. Actually, let me ask now. Kelsey, Egbuka, Kelsey. Which one should we grab? Should we cuff Kelsey, Mahomes, or do we grab Egbuka to be our third wide receiver? Let me know what you guys think. Kind of a tough call here. It really is. The only thing is Kelsey could fall. His ADP's 98. There's a chance. I mean, that's a lot of picks that he's got to drop. 1, 2, 3. Really 3 picks. Let's go with our Marsmen, Moonmen, Saturnmen predictions and not put too much stock in stacking when we can maybe miss out on what could lead us to the promised land. And Egbuka feels like a guy that can go insanely crazy, you know, to the point where we're celebrating the pizza party because of Egbuka. So we're going to go Egbuka. Egbuka, you are the man, the myth, the legend. You are our, what is this, 6th, 7th, 8th round pick?
Let him cook.
Okay. While I'm on hold, I haven't got far on the Dynasty show. This is what you get. Live impromptu, no show sheet. We're drafting in a best ball underdog fantasy draft, which all of you can draft with me. If you click this link that I'm dropping in the live chat, I'll pin it in the live chat. If you want to draft in this next draft with me, hit this link right here. I'll pin it, and then we will smash the next one together. They'll match up to 50% on your first deposit, all the way up to $1,000 bucks. So, this glorious trade right here in Dynasty, trading Hurts away for what I believe to be quietly a better quarterback for the long term. You heard me right. You heard me. Kelsey's going to fall. Kelsey's going to fall. If not, Ingram's there. Breeze. I mean, right? Am I right? Jameer Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, RJ Harvey, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Emeka Egbuka, Travis Kelce. We're boxing. We're boxing all night long.
Let him cook.
I don't know if I'm going to get to this Dynasty. Okay, so other ways to trade for mother freaking Breece Hall. This is just an insane this is an insane draft. Just an insane.
Get Breece.
We're trying to get Breece. Okay, we're trying. Other moves you can make is, first of all, go to the Hall owner. The first way to trade for Hall in a Dynasty is go to the Hall owner's team and see what else they have. And what you're going to try and do is cook up some sort of 2-for-2 that gets you in a position to grab Breece Hall. Hold on, we're on the clock. Charbonnet, Luther Burden, Tyler Warren, J.K. Dobbins, Bashal Tootin. I'm going to go with Charbonnet for the home run hitting ability that he can bring to the table. You know, he is our fourth running back. JK's there if I wanted to be safe with this team. There's some rationale as to why that would be smart, because you have so much, you know, home run hitting ability here that getting McMillan to cuff to Egbuka, getting JK to cuff to Harvey in offenses that are going to be potent and great in a build where I love the team and you sometimes want to protect the team, you know, versus. But I also like the idea of grabbing some of these other players. JK got sniped. I don't think he was kind of high, I guess, but seems like that could have been a potential. Hey, Smitty said this. I'm going to snag him from him. Ray Davis would be a nice grab next. Benson, likely, Garendo, Blue. Those are all players I love. I'm not loving the wide receivers here, but Luther Burden, who I don't know will make it back to me. And I like Luther Burden a lot. I don't love his situation. I don't love the fact that he's been banged up and that Ben Johnson's upset at him, but he could be trying to spark there he went. Luther Burden went. Travis, Kyle Williams. Let me read off the receivers. Kyle Williams, we have Mahomes, so Hollywood Brown. I mean, I'm scrolling down. Pat Bryant's like 161. We're at draft pick 124, 126. So we could easily wait until technically 3 picks from now. So I might punt wide receiver unless you think Kyle Williams or Hollywood's important enough here.
Unless you're in love with Hollywood, I'd punt.
Okay, so do we go? I got 15 seconds. Do we go Ray Davis, Benson, Garendo, Jaden Blue, or Kyle Williams?
Ooh, Benson or Davis. I like those two, unless your gut tells you something else.
Let's go Ray Davis. We don't have a lot of Ray Davis. I mean, we do. We love Ray Davis. He's a midseason monster, but we keep drafting like Garendo. I now like Garendo, and I'd be very tempted to grab Garendo on the way back. But I know we need wide receivers, but I like so many of these later wide receivers, and the fact that we could get Jalen McMillan pretty easily downstream, like really far in the 160s. That like Jalen McMillan to this wide receiver room. Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, Egbuka, Jalen McMillan, it makes it really safe to where I can kind of play around with.
If McMillan gets in and gets an opportunity, like, you know, he's a top 20 wide receiver at worst. He's going to have spike weeks. So we saw it already from him.
Yeah. And we might get Kyle Williams back. I don't know if we will. I like Pat Bryant and McMillan, though, almost as much. So I like Kyle Williams a lot, but there's still some things about, you know, how quickly he rises up. And, you know, so I'm not like afraid to miss on him, even though I do like him a lot. Sean Tucker, last pick. Yeah, that's another Hazelnut. That's another safe move that I definitely am going to entertain with this team. I don't want to screw this team up. This team is literally, I believe, our best shot. Now, Likely's coming up. Isaiah Likely, Kyle Williams, who probably won't last because he's the top-ranked guy, and that usually it influences people. But Kyle Williams, Hollywood Brown, Loveland, Trey Benson, Isaiah Likely. Loveland just went. Kyle Williams just went. Okay, so now it's down to, I love Isaiah Likely. Do we need to go? Penix Jr.'s there. Jaden Blue. I still love Jaden Blue. Grendo already got taken, I think. Yeah, Grendo's gone.
Like that guy. Likely. All the guys you named. You can't say anybody.
Oh, did he get taken? He got taken.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Jaden Blue.
Yeah,
I know we're like maxed out at running backs now already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't get any more. Six running backs. But I'm fine with that. We need another QB. Both our QBs are by week 10, so I can't really do the Cam Ward thing. We're at six running backs maxed out. I can't go more. Not in an 18-man draft. And some people only go 5, but to be honest with you, I freaking love these running backs. I have in my running back stable, I've got an 8 by week 8, by week 9, by week 12, by week 8, by week 7, by week 10. We're completely covered. Burrow and Mahomes are by week 10. Garrett Wilson and Egbuka are by week 9, and McMillan will be by week 9. So we're gonna have some concern there. We could always go Noah Gray with Kelsey with an additional tight end. That's always a really safe move. Hollywood's still there. Jack Besh, I was so much higher on him, but Thornton is a guy I want to grab, so we can grab Thornton. Kyle Pitts is there if I wanted to go. We could go Penix Jr. and Kyle Pitts. Oh, Penix Jr. just went. Jeez, man, Hollywood just went.
I was just going to say Hollywood's not bad there at this point.
All right, Kyle Pitts or Pat Bryant, everybody. And then you got McMillan too, though, but I think he could fall. McMillan should fall.
I like Bryant, but unless there's no other tight ends that you're gonna like.
Let's see, wide receiver. We got 2 9s and an 8. Pat Bryant is 12. I think that works. We'll go with a 12 by week 12. Yeah, that's good.
I like Rockout Super Chat. He's right. So you're making people cry with your bully QB. I mean, you literally got 2 potential 5,000-yard QBs in round 6 and 7.
No, bro. This is the
crazy
best.
That the other players let that happen. You know?
Yeah. This is the best team we've ever assembled, I think. You're making people cry with your bully QB. Thank you, Rockout. Appreciate you. That's the nicest compliment I've ever had. From Ray G, what do I ask for when trading JT for Breece? Because their ADPs are so far, I think you want to try and do some sort of like wide receiver for Travis Hunter, running back for Harvey, draft picks for one of those guys. Like if you could trade a first rounder for Hunter in that trade, you know, if you could upgrade into Mahomes, if you could upgrade into Bo Nix from your quarterback, if you could get a DK Metcalf for free, essentially, and throw in a second. Like, those are the kind of things I lean toward, you know, when I'm making a trade like that. Real quickly, let me answer it. Coble, let me get back to the super chat. Travis, if you can remind me. Jalen McMillan, son of a B. That's all right. That's not a must. It really isn't. Do we take Thornton here so we don't get screwed? Because there are some people watching.
Yes. Someone will take him before.
Or do we go with Matthew Stafford by week 8?
Ooh,
we need a quarterback.
Not bad either.
I'm gonna punt Thornton one more round because he should definitely fall. So we got by week 10 Mahomes, Burrow, by week 8 Stafford. Hopefully Stafford can stay healthy.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he stays healthy, you got 3 guys who could shock it, which is awesome. Those are potent offenses.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Coble, please report to the main stage. Happy 4th, Smitty and Fantasy Football crew. Grill some meat on the grill and enjoy the fireworks. Doing it live with the best off-season show. Thank you. Best in-season show too, Coble. I'm going to earn that from you. I'm not just asking you to throw it my way. I'm going to earn the best in-season show around. I want my in-season to trump the off-season. That's how focused I am. Nothing else comes close. Thank you, Coble. You'll be saying that about the in-season as well. I almost guarantee it. Ray G. Call in Ray G in a little bit. Let's get through this draft and then call in. And I'll be very intrigued to help you by you giving me like some rosters or something. Now, I so badly want to take Cam Ward here, but I can't because of the 6 running backs. I have to stay disciplined.
Yeah, you can't put yourself in that hole.
Let's see here. What's Thornton's bye week? Bye week 8. Shit. Actually, that's okay. We'd have... Okay, so Garrett Wilson and Igbuka 9. Hunter and Thornton would be 8. And then we'd have Pat Bryant 12. We're okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Now,
there's no more 9s or 8s for the wide receivers.
I don't want to punt it anymore. This guy at the very end, the guy that took Higgins, ever since I've been laughing at that, he's took Rendo, he's been sniping some people, so I think he might be pulled up the show and he's mad. I don't know. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to... He'll take Thornton. If I leave Thornton, he'll grab him. Just don't take... If he's listening, I hope he's not listening. I hope he doesn't grab Anthony Richardson. I just really hope he doesn't. Bro, be respectful. If Caleb Barrera 5, I never want you to snipe those guys for me. Please, bro. Let's see if he does it. Or a Tutu Atwell. Don't take Tutu Atwell or AR5. Don't.
They're on your secret weapon list, right?
Yes. Those are the biggest breakouts of the year.
Breaking news.
Don't do Tutu Atwell, though. I'm serious. Let's see here. Dark West Hunter. Okay. 16. 3 picks left. I got my quarterbacks down. RBs are done. We need 2 spots for tight ends because I don't want to roll with anything but 3, and then 1 wide receiver spot. Ooh, you know who's here? We got to do it. We got to do it. Yoshi Voss.
Yep. I didn't want to say his name. I was waiting to see when he came up.
Yoshi Voss. Okay, so that gives me... Tell me if you think I'm good going double tight end with the last 2 picks, or do I have to forego one of those, take a safer second tight end, and build my wide receiver room? I've got Garrett Wilson, Igbuka by week 9. I've got Travis Hunter and Thornton by week 8. I've got Pat Bryant 12 and Yoshi Voss 10. But I'm not so much worried. The bye weeks feel covered. I'm mostly worried about, am I good? Am I always going to have 3 starters? I think so. I think if anybody loses their top 3 receivers, they're done anyway. So Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Igbuka, and then my 3 backups are Bryant, Thornton, and Yoshi Voss. What's more important?
Yeah, I guess the only risk you run there is if 2 guys get hurt,
Pat,
and you don't have someone else to...
Yeah, chat, what are we doing?
In a different bye week.
But here's the thing.
Who's your tight end right now?
Tight end right now is Kelsey. So I could take Gray and then eat the bye week and then be safe. Or I could take another tight end and run the risk that, one gets hurt.
If you're okay eating the bye week, I might consider that to get an extra wide receiver.
Chat, what are we doing? Eat the bye week, Gray, and then take who will we take though? Tesla? I mean, that's the thing, is like it's Royals?
Yeah. I mean, does he have
I timed out. Well, I queued him. I timed out on Tesla, which is fine.
Okay.
I think he could have some big spike weeks
works.
anyway.
What is his bye week?
Royals would have been interesting too, though. Tesla's bye week is bye week 8, which is fine because I'm covered on the bye weeks.
That's okay. Yeah.
Really. I'm more so wanting the player that could step up. Waller, no, thank you, bro. Okay, so we got it. That means we got to play it smart here at tight end, or we just grab Noah Gray and then just eat the bye week. Because, I mean, between Gray and Kelsey, does anybody feel like that's a really risky call, though? Like, what if Kelsey goes down and Gray's not the guy? I mean, Gray's got to be, though.
Yeah. Well, or you could take, like, someone like a Terrence Ferguson to go with Stafford.
Yeah. All right, guys, who do you like? Gray, Ferguson, Theo Johnson, Dalton Schultz. We only have Kelsey. Harold Fan is too risky at this point. Higbee. I mean, Higbee's, technically speaking, the starter at first, right? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Ferguson's not like locked into anything yet.
No, he's not. It would take Higbee getting hurt, which, yeah, I mean, he has and he hasn't. I don't know. I mean, I'd go one of the Rams guys or Gray if you want to play it safe.
We got Gray, a vote for Theo Johnson or Gray. We got a Darren Waller vote. No thanks anyway. Ferguson get some open looks. Should get some open looks. I like Ferguson though too.
I mean, Ferguson would be the way to go if you think Kelsey can make it through, half the season and Ferguson gets the role.
Look, I'm gonna eat the bye week. I'm fine with it. Okay. It's just safe. I mean, when you think about it, the tight end we grab here, Ferguson or whoever, they're going to get, 5-6 points?
Right. And I was going to say, Gray will be the guy. I mean, the chances that he won't be the guy if Kelsey goes down is very slim.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure, but.
It's just a move to make. I mean, the bottom line is you go into anybody's tight end scoring, and you're going to find like a lot of 5 and 4 and 3 and 6 point weeks. I'm not worried about that. It's not gonna have me not get into the playoffs. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
So would I rather have a Tesla to make sure I get into the playoffs? The answer is yes. That was the smart move. And if I went Ferguson, I might have no tight end. What if Kelsey got hurt and Ferguson doesn't get into the lineup? He gets Ben Sinnott, type of treatment.
I like Michael says, where was it? Schultz has a top speed of 10 miles per hour.
It's interesting.
I do wonder if Cade Stover might start getting more looks. If Schultz didn't look great last year. I guess no one did with Stroud. But
this might be the best team I've ever assembled. This is a BBM, and I'm gonna put pizzas next to it because this is the pizza party right here. I mean, this team is just unbelievable. Let me put it up on screen here, and you guys tell me if you've ever seen. I mean, remember this is kind of a group of players that we love a little more than most people, so I get that if you're new to this channel, maybe you're not like feeling Harvey or something. Like, I get that this might not float everyone's boat, but it should float anybody's boat that watches this channel on a regular basis. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of boat floating going on right now. Jeez, this running back stable is crazy. I give all of you permission to use this as a screensaver. If you want to print it out, put it on your fridge, desktop, saver, anything you want. I give full permission for any reuse, any reuse of this. If it makes you happy to just look at it a couple times a day. Joe Burrow,
wallpaper right on your phone, right on the phone when you turn your phone on.
Yeah, Burrow, Mahomes, Stafford, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky, Harvey, Sharbs, Ray Davis, Jaden Blue, Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, Egbuka, Pat Bryant, Dante Thornton, Yoshivas, Tesla, Kelsey Gray.
I like that. Come on, Mile High Luke. Mile High Luke is cracking me up. He had some different ideas, which is fine. But then he says Miles Sanders is going to get the reps in Dallas. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Okay. Let's jump into another draft. This team's great. I do want to talk about Breece Hall Dynasty real quickly, and then we'll get into another draft. Breece Hall Dynasty, Ray G, if you've got a way to call, if you can call in and give me like some teams that you have that you might want to potentially talk about going and getting Hall. But some ideas I'd have is, let's say the Hall owner has, this is just to give, I know not everybody's going to have these scenarios, but let's say the Hall owner has a player like Hunter, Harvey, and keep in mind there are players right now that people might have drafted and you think, oh, they loved them, they drafted them, but there's buyer's remorse and there's scare tactics out there. Like even Hampton is getting a little bit of negative, buzz right now, you could say, just because people are talking about Najee. I've heard it over and over and over. I've heard a lot of people say lately, and people send me screenshots of BS all the time, that Hampton might take a full year before he really gets the job. And look, I think there's going to be more of a committee. I said this from the beginning, in week 1, week 2, than people think with Hampton. I think there's going to be less of a committee with Harvey, but even that can change. And I have no way to cement in what I think when the coaching staff the wind could blow a certain way and they'd be like, yeah, JK's going to start technically, and Harvey, we want him to be fresh for the weeks 5, 6 on, when he goes on a push. And we know JK is going to get injured, so there could be a lot of reasons why that happens. But all three of these guys have negativity consistently spread about them. So if the Hall owner owns any one of the three, that's my entry point of saying, can I get rid of a player, a running back, any player, to downgrade, quote unquote, into Hall, to then upgrade into one of these guys? And that might be a 2 for 2, or it might be a player that's better than Hall. Let's call it JT as the example used. JT was a perfect example. Even if we're talking, Jacobs, JT. So Jacobs, JT, Barkley. Barkley is a great player to trade right now in that context. Barkley, Jacobs, JT. And then if you have like something along the lines of maybe trying to think of a wide receiver you could trade for Hall, even if it was like Puka, let's say you were trading Puka Nacua for Breece Hall. No one's doing that. So I'm not telling you to do that straight up. What can you get now in addition? It's all about the balance of everything. It's all about the fact that this scale that Puka's on this side of the scale weighs X number of pounds. Hall, with what weighs in the perceived mind of this guy, less weight, but close enough to get a deal done. But in your mind, you're seeing the weight difference. You're looking at a Travis Hunter right here, and you're saying that, damn, this is going to outweigh this side by a country mile. He might agree that it's maybe not in the direction he wants to go. So you got to add a second rounder. You got to add another second rounder. You got to do things like that to try and take a scale that you've tipped over a little too far in their mind, but you've tipped it over really far in your mind. You got to put enough chips on that other side of the scale to get it to swing just back over a little bit because they're intrigued. So a Puka in seconds for Hall and Hunter, I'd smash the hell out of that. A Hall and what other wide receiver fits the bill here, Travis? That's kind of in the Hunter realm.
Let's see.
Rice?
Let's quick.
I don't know with the suspension. And
Yeah,
with the knee injury, like the combination of all that with Dynasty hits a little differently than a redraft when people are saying he won't get suspended this year. He won't get suspended, which is something we've said for a while now. But the fact that a suspension might be looming the next year, this might put a person in a vulnerable position. Not to mention, keep in mind, Rice climbed all the way up to round 2 in Underdog, best ball, about a week and a half ago. And now he's dropped all the way back into the middle of the round 3, and there's no explanation for it. Other than, like, Tyreek Hill moved up a little, but that still doesn't fully explain it. Rice would be great.
So in this, you're talking about trading for Breece Hall, right? So I have it correct.
Say it again?
Breece Hall. This trade is like you would be getting Breece Hall in the trade, right? You would be trading away Puka.
You're getting Breece Hall. Yes, this show's all about acquiring Breece Hall.
Okay, so another wide receiver you could get. Yes, the Lad would probably be too much right now. Is Terry McLaurin too old? Not enough.
Too old for me. I mean, you could head toward that direction, I suppose, but
JSN?
Yeah, JSN fits the bill. Rice fits the bill. Garrett Wilson, we talked about earlier. This is not that crazy. This doesn't feel, I know it feels like we wouldn't do this, right? We would never give up Hall and Garrett Wilson for Puka Nacua. Never. Not our group. Maybe other people would. But you'd be surprised at how close somebody might be on this. You stack 2 second-rounders over here, and that scale might just tip a little bit in the other direction for that individual perception of that situation.
Yeah, it amazes me how much people value second-rounders.
Bobby says you got to...
Not to say...
Bobby, hold on real quickly. Bobby says you got to be aware of bye weeks. Bobby, Bobby, what do you think I do? Do you think I just come on here casually? Like this is my first live stream or my first draft ever? I mean, I do this for a living. I know about bye weeks. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your concern. Sorry, Travis, go ahead.
I know, I'm just saying, second-round picks hold a lot of weight for people in some leagues, which, you can get good players for sure, but I'm always willing to throw second-round picks into deals.
Oh, yeah. I'll throw 3 of them in here. Give me a second. Give me three seconds. Whatever I can, 2026, 2027, 2028. I'd throw all my seconds in there to get this trade done. But this trade's crushing because the difference between Puka and Garrett Wilson is not that crazy. In fact, I quietly like Garrett Wilson as much. If not, I mean, for right now in redraft, I get the appeal, but this guy, Puka, has got injury concern that is far greater than almost any receiver drafted in the top 15 overall. Not to mention, he's got Devontae Adams there. Not to mention, he says he wants to retire at 30 years old. Not to mention that when Stafford goes away, Puka might turn into a pumpkin. Does anybody feel like Puka's just going to be the same guy if Matthew Stafford is not on roster next year? He signed what's essentially a 1-year deal. His deal's not a 1-year deal, but his own coach and Stafford have said the deal was structured so that it's essentially year to year. We'll address it again in the offseason. That's the way the deal's structured. The moment Puka loses Stafford, which is like when Ben Roethlisberger would get hurt and Antonio Brown would turn from wide receiver 1 in all of fantasy football to outside the top 12. Like Antonio Brown was not a top 12 wide receiver when Ben Roethlisberger was out of the game. So I'm quietly liking Garrett Wilson more than Puka Nacua in Dynasty. I'm just not telling that many people about it. It's not a popular opinion.
And if that's a concern of yours, which I agree with, that if you have him in Dynasty, I would, unless I'm going for it all this year, and I really need him or something, I'm moving off Puka as well in Dynasty. And you can sell him as he could be great this year because he definitely could be with Stafford. And you could tell people, like, I think it was something like pre-snap motion, he led the NFL in fantasy points last year. In like 10 games or whatever, too.
So
Even in that short extent he was that good.
Yeah. Adams could outscore him this year. Puka's still under 10. He's still under double-digit touchdowns on his career. He's played, 26 games, I think, 26 games, and he has 9 touchdowns. And Adams is coming to town. He's going to absorb a lot. Stafford might be gone. Puka's probably the most injury-prone likely player in the top 15 overall. And aside from Barkley, but I mean in Dynasty, which Barkley wouldn't be in the top 15 for me. So Puka Nacua, man, I mean, could he get traded? That would be interesting. That could maybe revive or rekindle some of the value or whatever. But give me Garrett Wilson and give me Breece Hall all day long over Puka. I'll throw in 4 second-rounders if I need to. Crazy for Adams. It's not that crazy for Adams to outscore Puka. It's not. Puka's one of the more overrated players dynasty-wise. Not necessarily redraft because Stafford's there. And Adams might help him be efficient. But from a dynasty perspective, I ain't going near it. Give me this all day long. Let's jump into Travis. Go ahead while first of all, everybody go to an Underdog weeklies right now. I'm gonna pull it up. The link is in the live chat pinned. It's in the description of the video. Code Smitty gets it done as well. Go to the weekly winners. Click on weekly winners. In 5 seconds, we're gonna click on the weekly winner button, the green button. 2, 1, 20-second contest. Smash it. Jump in. 7 more to start. So if you see that, you're in the right one. 6 more to start. You see that, you're in the right one. Go ahead, Travis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Sick Nasty makes a good point. Anyone who's not jumping in right now, hit that like button. We only got 38 likes. That's rookie numbers.
Thank you. Oh boy.
But yeah, with Puka, you can sell him off of what he's done and how good he was when he came back last year. But that's without letting on, that you might be a little worried about Davante Adams coming in, because you saw what Davante Adams did down the stretch last year. I mean, he was a top 5 wide receiver, I believe, for the last several games of the year. So he still has that in the tank if he stays healthy. And at some point, they're both not going to be getting over 13 targets a game. It just doesn't work out like that. At some point, someone's going to have to cede some targets to a team here or there. And so you're not only dealing with the injury risk to Puka, the risks with Stafford, and now Davante Adams is there, where it could fuel in a little bit of inconsistency.
Bro, all those things should worry people about this year, but the biggest thing too for Dynasty, and this is a Dynasty show, right. So my last thing on this will be that Puka Nacua wants to retire at 30, is the most injury-prone wide receiver in the top 15 overall drafted, players. Let's go. JJ or Lamb. I do a lot of Lamb, but I like the fact that I can get Dak. I keep doing it. I'm just not trusting JJ as much. I'm going to go Lamb here. Weekly winners.
See, I get Luke. I get what he's saying. It's a very consolidated offense, but I'll check it right now, but I don't think there were many games where Huck and Puka had like 12 plus targets each. And all I'm saying is that isn't going to happen every game. There's going to be some inconsistency worked in. I don't want them to, mistake it from me saying it's never going to happen. But it's just another notch that you have to worry about.
But again,
when they stack up.
Yeah. But again, this is the best trade you could ever make for Puka Nacua. But again, in Dynasty, it's Stafford, not only getting injured, like here's the thing. When I say Stafford's on a year-to-year contract, which he technically is, because his own coaches even said the contract's not a 1 year, but it is a 1 year. It's a year-to-year revisit and extend it and restructure it. That's what it is. Stafford is going to be gone next year, or he sticks for 1 more year and they keep doing that, right? But here's the thing. It might be worse if he stays. Because even if he doesn't retire or doesn't leave to another team, they won't be planning for his exit the year they still have him. And so if he gets injured, let's say next year, He plays this year pretty well. Puka does okay. Kind of earns his ADP. He's a little disappointing. But then Stafford stays and gets injured or stays and ages out right before our very eyes. They don't have a backup plan in place. Puka tanks the entire year. So no matter what way you look at it, Stafford is not there for the long term. And if Puka's retiring at 30, which he said, then he's got to weather through a couple years of not having a quarterback. How's that going to work? What's McVay? Is McVay's talked about walking away before, and then he signs, and then he comes back. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Dynasty value Puka Nacua. If anything, this should be a Puka Nacua video. Maybe we're gonna have to repeat a lot of this. I apologize for that, but we probably need to do a Puka Nacua Dynasty video. Trade him in Dynasty and do it now. It's gonna piss a lot of people off, but that video needs to happen. Ray G says the guy who has Breece also has Gibbs and Kyron with no wide receivers or QBs. I have Allen Fields with Debo, Worthy, and Hunter. Don't trade Hunter, but I wonder if you could trade Worthy for Gibbs. And I mean, honestly, I'd do that. I'm fine with that. I mean, I draft Breece Hall over Worthy in Dynasty, the startup, and he might do that. Travis, do you think Hall's worth more than Worthy? And it's okay if anybody disagrees, voice in the chat. I think Hall's got a handful of years. I don't think he's got 1 year. I think it'll be hard to trade him in 2 years.
Breece Hall over Worthy, yeah. I take Breece Hall.
Weekly winners, man, this is tough. I guess I'll go Bowers here. Let's see if I can. I mean, this is weekly winners. You only have to win one. You're only worried about winning one individual week at a time. No points accumulate. There's no tie from week 1 to week 5 to week 1 to week 2, week 2 to week 10. It's basically weekly winners. You're trying to have the team you draft here in one sitting. You only get one shot to draft it. Can this team outscore 200,000 other teams in any one given week, resetting scoring for every single week like it's 17 individual leagues that last 1 week? So that's what we're talking about here. I don't have an RB yet. Chase Brown's there. Breece Hall's there. JD5's there.
I love Chase Brown this year.
I'm gonna risk it and go JD5. I mean, technically speaking, I might have the number one player at every position so far. CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers.
I didn't even say JD5. I like him too.
But I do like Hall here, and it would have been nice and balanced. But let's see what we can cook up coming back down this way. But JD5, the other thing you got to keep in mind is all these quarterbacks going to fly off the board because weekly winners, they go higher. It's weird because I feel like weekly winners is just telegraphing what everybody should be doing during the other tournaments and contests. I think this is where quarterbacks should be going. I don't know why it changes so much. If they're this good on a weekly basis, why is this not translating to the long term? That's why I think quarterbacks are the key to Best Ball Mania this year. That's why I bully quarterback Mahomes so much, and I brute force it. I do it over and over and over and over because I believe it's going to be the key to me having every possible variant of a Mahomes JD5, a Mahomes Bo Nix, a Mahomes Josh Allen, a Mahomes, Joe Burrow. I think it's going to be a big key this year to winning bully QBing, especially where Mahomes goes in non-weeklies. I don't know where he's going to go here,
right?
But in non-weeklies, because he goes in round 7, 8, you're risking nothing. Who cares if that doesn't land? If that doesn't land, even though I have 70% ownership of Mahomes and exposure here on Underdog, I'm not knocked out of all those leagues at all. It puts me at a little bit of a disadvantage, you could say, but then maybe Milroe, who I've got in some of those leagues, steps up and is a starter, and then I'm fine, and I got my second quarterback. Or I've just drafted 3 great quarterbacks. Cam Ward is somebody I constantly draft as a third quarterback. So if Mahomes went down and Cam had to step up as my rotational 2, I'd be fine. So I do a good job backing up a third quarterback in case Mahomes fails me. I got another QB that's ready to rumble.
And it's bully QB in name, but like it's barely bully QB because of how late you're picking him up. You're not risking that much.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm 2 picks away here. Go
any direction. How the RB's looking.
Kenneth Walker, Joe Mixon, Chuba Hubbard, James Conner, RJ Harvey. I don't want to with this group. I'm just gonna take him now because you guys are gonna snipe him. There's no way 2 of you are gonna pass on Harvey, both of you twice, and it's early. Whatever. CeeDee Lamb, Bowers, JD5, Harvey. I would have taken him here anyway, and I'd regret letting you guys just snipe the hell out of me. So I'm taking him here, and then I'll take the same guy I could probably get at 46 right here at 51. I'm gonna outthink the system here. I'm going to outthink the system. All right, on the clock. Do we go Kenneth Walker here? Pretty good. Or do I go...
I don't mind that.
Do I go Travis Hunter?
Walker, Hunter, Chuba, any of those 3.
Yep.
I would like.
Guys, Walker, Hunter, or Travis Hunter, or Chuba. Let's go Walker. We don't have a lot of Walker. Let's do Walker. It's weekly
like
winners.
Walker, yeah.
It's weekly winners.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need him to stay healthy all year.
No, he's good for this format, and I hope he get that ankle right and stay healthy. I mean,
yeah. People
know I love him. I have him as my emoji picture from the Kenneth Walker video, so people know I root for him. But
yeah, the guy.
I mean, he's like a legitimate top 5 guy if he's healthy.
Phone lines open. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
What's my favorite draft selection? I 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. And then when you get there, it's like, I still kind of feel like it's 7, 8, and then maybe 12, then 11, then 10, then 9. I don't know. But it's always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like almost every time. Unless I'm in an environment like this, then sometimes like 3's serving me better than 1 in Snipe City.
Having Genty fall to the back end of the first round in some formats has definitely made it easier to get one of those later picks. 8, 7, 8, 9, something like that.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I just put it in the chat too. I looked it up. Puka and Cup had double-digit targets in the same game only one time last year, and I guess Devontae Adams is better than Cup, but all I was trying to explain with that is that it's rare for 2 guys to consistently get double-digit targets every game. So it's just one extra thing to keep an eye on with Puka and to worry about a little bit. Hey, Cody 12.
Cody gifting 50 memberships. Cody, where'd you come from? Where'd you come from, Cody?
Self bomber.
Smitty, everybody's pretty. I don't even know why they're getting.
Where'd you come from? Cody.
Self bomber.
Cody, you get because that's the first $50 hauler we've had, or 50 gifted memberships we had in a while, and that's essentially like I believe it's like $100 hauler. I'm not sure what the deal is. Sometimes they do a little discount. I don't care. You get to choose, my boy, any video to have your name on to sponsor, bro. So Cody, please tell me what video you want, you monster. And guys, thank Cody on the way in the door, that way out the door, whatever the case may be. Cody just dropped a freaking doozy on everybody. Everybody's turning green today. Everybody's name's turning green today. We got 113 people in here too, so please hit that thumb up button on the way in and out the door. This is Zay Flowers is here. Ridley, Waddle, Adunze, Caleb. I love Debo here. I think I'll go Debo Samuel here. That gives me my second wide receiver. I feel pretty good about this team. CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Jaden Daniels, RJ Harvey, Kenneth Walker, Deebo Samuel. It's pretty good. Not my favorite team ever, but it's unique. It's different. It's not anything I've drafted before, so I do try and not fall victim to reaching in our group drafts because everybody gets crazy and just snipes like a monster. And so I kind of like use it as my avenue to grab different teams that I normally don't build. Cody, you're a monster, Cody. Cody, you should have acted brand new and said play them all, please. Is Cody not new? Cody, I'm sorry if I think you're new. It must be insulting to hear that if you're like here every day, and I don't mean to come off that way. I'm gonna go Judkins here. I think that's pretty good because I got Walker, Harvey. Judkins is kind of safe, I think. Cody, you're the man, bro. There's a few Codys, so.
How do you? Yeah, I think he's in here. I don't think he. I think he's quiet. He makes his opinion known, but.
Cody.
He's in the chat, in and out.
We salute you, Cody.
Made himself known tonight.
Genty 1. No, I have been here a while. Thank you, bro. Genty 1. I don't blame you, Cody. In Dynasty, I don't blame you at all. Redraft, you got to take advantage of the value, but I understand what you're saying. I understand. I speak, Cody. I know what's going on, Cody. Appreciate you dropping that 50. Oh, the Genty one. Oh, okay. He's saying the Genty video. I'm sorry. Hey, Cody. I thought you were saying Genty 1 overall, but that makes sense too. Cody, no one has taken the Genty video yet. So I'm kind of surprised. And Cody wants it. Cody gets it. What, Travis?
Oh, I said that's awesome.
Let me play it real quick. Hold on. Here it is. Then we might have another phone caller. Cody, you are the first Ashton Genty. Now, this is the one you want, right? I think we have another one buried somewhere, but this is the one you want.
Hey, I'm Dom, and I drive fast cars, get hot chicks, and draft Ashton Genty double fist style with 2 cell phones at the same time. Why do I have 2 cell phones? One for looking up Ashton Genty stats all day, the other is for getting chicks.
I'm going to put $100 on here because that's what it equates to. So, Cody, appreciate you. I think it equates to that. Cody, let me know if it's even more. But $100 holler by Cody. First ever to be on the Ashton Genty video, which surprises me, to be honest. And, the Bijan card revoked. I just think people don't realize that that's one up for grabs. But that one is also one that I feel is shockingly empty. Cody says, just excited for fantasy. Let's go. Cody, appreciate you again. Guys, thank Cody if you got a membership from Cody. What a monster. And anybody that dropped, New Age Outlaw, BBQ, they were dropping them like mad on the earlier show too. So appreciate you guys both. Okay, real quickly on the clock here. Hawkinson, ETN, Shakir, Golden, Ayuk, Downs, Mason, Andrews, Keon Coleman.
Mason's always nice if you need an RB. Keon.
I'm going to bank on Keon here. I'm going to bank on Keon Coleman here. He deserves our attention. He does.
I think he's going to be fine.
He does. He deserves our attention, and the chip bone in his wrist or whatever last year, and then the fact that Josh Allen just turned away from him in the weirdest way. It was kind of wild. I just think he's gonna.
Yeah, the whole season was odd. Real quick, I think you have another caller. I'm just going to ask you, in weeklies, how do you feel about Zay Flowers? Because he had several games where he can spike. We just know he's probably not going to be able to do it for a full season with the offense.
Great weeklies player to talk about. I like that.
Okay, you don't mind him then?
No.
Here and there.
No, we always loved Zay Flowers as a skill set, as a player. He's a Moonman.
Right.
He was on, I think he was on Moonman #1 year board. We love Zay Flowers.
1 or 2, yeah.
Yeah, 1 or, I forget, year 2 maybe? We love Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is a baller. Yeah, he's year 2, you're right. It was year 2. We did Moonman and Marsman. I think he was on the Moonman list that year. And, I don't feel like we were wrong about the talent, and I love the kid. But yeah, he lives in a world where Lamar Jackson does not create, never has, maybe never will create top 20 wide receivers, at least consistently. He's never done it, but could he do it? Sure. I mean, I don't think it's crazy.
I mean, he could be the one who does it, but
yeah, he could definitely be the one, but consistently, no. But weeklies, I love it. I'm fine. He could have 140 yards in any given game. Sure thing. All right, let me go to this caller who's been sitting here forever. I'm sorry, bro. 619, you're live.
Yo, what's up, Smitty? It's TM42.
TM42, what's up, my boy?
yeah.
What it? I had a question for Best Ball Superflex. So, if you go, let's say, just one QB early and you kind of wait on QB, what's like your late round QB combo that you kind of gravitate towards? Like, I kind of like Russell Wilson and Dart.
Ugh.
There's also
Bro.
Daniel Jones.
No.
Don't do
Whoa.
it. Don't do it.
Whoa.
Or Cleveland. Like,
This
I'm
Gump?
saying if you're really desperate.
Am I talking to Gump right now? What are we doing, man? Russell Wilson and Dart. No. No.
Yeah, if you punt QB and Superflex.
No. Not even if you're punting QB. Give me Darnold and Milrow over Russell Wilson and Dart. But no, what I'm doing is I'm not cuffing that really. I'm gonna go get Drake. Look, Drake May's there right now in round number 11. That's really solid. Cam Ward is probably my favorite QB to grab at 160, my guy. That is round 14, 13. Cam Ward's
Superflex?
Really, really. Oh, you're talking about Superflex. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part. It still makes me want to vomit, but vomit less. A little less, not much.
Oh, yeah, definitely not in standard.
But I think I still would rather go Fields or Penix Jr. Earlier than risk that. And if you end up getting caught in that situation, I almost would rather have Shador and Milrow and just beef up other positions, though. I don't know how excited I'd be. Hold on a second.
Just stand alone and then fill in flex with other players.
Yeah, kind of. I got to go Grendo because now how many running backs I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. This is weekly, and I was going to time out here. Hold on one second. Let me just cue somebody so I don't get caught here in a pinch.
I'm right behind you in this draft.
Oh, are you? You're the J.K. Dobbins team?
Yep.
Sniper. Sniper.
Just going for upside, 1 week upside.
Yeah, like Dart and Russell Wilson. I don't know, bro. Superflex, I suppose. I guess I'll go Jaden Higgins here. In Superflex, I suppose you could get maybe later on. I mean,
what about Stafford and Rodgers and the veteran guys like that?
Yeah, you could go Rodgers and Milrow, which would be better than Jackson, Dart, and Russell Wilson.
That's usually what you're stuck with is the veteran QBs at the end. The old crusties.
I mean, honestly, Darnold and Milrow would be better than Dart and Russell. I mean, you might not even have Russell or Dart in there at one point. You could have Winston in there.
I mean,
Darnold usually goes early.
I don't know where Tua goes as your third QB or something paired with or second QB paired with a Milrow. I know there's injury risk there.
Yeah, Daniel says I don't like it. Yeah, let me hit that button. I don't want anything to do with Russell Wilson or Dart. I don't like it. No, he's okay. I don't like it. Chucky, tell him to wait a minute.
Woke up this season, gonna win myself a chip. Gonna take it all the way. Got Smitty by my side. Got Bucky Irving. Ashton Gentile, let it ride.
A bunch of screaming. I might have to redo that song. Unless you guys like it the way it is. I mean, I could leave it. But, I don't like it.
That one's hilarious.
If anybody hasn't seen The Sopranos and they don't know what scene that is or what's going on there, it's really early on in this. I think it's season 1. Bleeko likes it. He says it's a banger. Okay, but that scene is amazing. Some guy's talking trash, and that's his right hand man, the guy that Tony staples that paper to, whatever. But he basically is going to do like this. Somebody's supposed to. I think he's gonna hit. Yeah, it's gonna be a hit on Tony. And the guy's like blabbering about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So he goes and takes care of it.
Junior, right?
Yeah, Junior Soprano. Yeah. And I think I kind of look like him a little bit. I look a little like him. I don't like it.
Yeah,
no, he's okay.
The
I don't like it.
Backseat, trying to be stealth.
Let's see here. Weeklies. I need another quarterback. Give me Cam Ward all day. So Cam Ward's going round 13-ish in 1 QB. So in 2 QB, where TM42, where are you seeing him go?
Cam Ward.
Yeah, and you're in your projections. I mean, sometimes your league a little bit better. Everybody's going to see something different, so I can't give you an ADP.
It's a dynasty.
Yeah.
Is it a dynasty startup you're in, or?
No, it's a best ball. I was drafting on Underdog.
An Underdog. Okay, then I can help you a little bit better.
Okay.
Let me go to the ADP data. Hold on. Because there is best ball ADP data. Oh, hold on. I'm on the clock. Damn it. Luther Burden ain't bad in weeklies. I'll take Luther Burden. So my third receiver is Keon. Let me look at my team real quick. Hold on a second, bro. I'm in the 3 hole. We've got CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers. Oh, I forgot it. Okay, yeah, Brock Bowers. CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Jaden Daniels, RJ Harvey, Kenneth Walker, Debo. So Lamb, Debo, Keon Coleman. Lamb, Debo, Keon Coleman. I got Quinshon Judkins with Walker and Harvey. I got Charbonnet. I got Garendo. It's pretty good. I mean, this is weekly, so you only need everybody to come together and smash 1 week. You know, I'm not worried about bye weeks or
pretty
anything.
good at running.
Yeah, it's pretty home run hitting. And then Luther Burden gives you that week. Like Luther Burden, Keon Coleman, and Jaden Higgins, this might be a team that's more likely to compete a little bit later in the year in weeklies. Maybe I don't do anything for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Because I got Harvey. I got, you never know. So I'm fine with this team being a late bloomer altogether.
Ward goes round 5 in the Underdog draft I did.
Uncle June and the Muff. Yeah, that is a great scene. All right, so we were talking about best ball, Superflex, right? Okay, let me go in there. Superflex ADP.
He went round 5 in my Superflex.
Yeah. Superflex season ADP. All right, I got it right here. Dak Prescott in the 2nd round. Jeez. Penix Jr. in round 4. I'm liking that value. Bryce Young in round 4, 5. Stafford in 4, 5. Tua in 5 to 5, 6, maybe 5. Yeah, Cam Ward, man, 52 overall. I mean, at that point, I'm taking a stab at my second quarterback. I think you're waiting too long. I think you winning best ball Superflex leagues or contests with your approach isn't going to win. And that's me just
That's
telling
not my
you.
approach, but sometimes, I pass up on,
I know.
QBs because there's such great value.
Well, yeah. I just think that you're going to have to hit on Milroy or Shador or something weird. Maybe Dart's the guy. Maybe I'm wrong, bro. Trust your guy. Draft a little bit of Dart if you think he's the guy. But I just think you're drafting 2 players and you don't even know if one of them is going to be the starter at some point. You know, you could
I'd almost draft Dart alone as like a.
Yeah, Dart alone. I could do.
Someone
Yeah, do that.
well.
Do that. Draft Dart and draft like Shador, or draft Dart and Milrow or something. Don't grab. I don't know, man. I just think
I like Milrow.
Yeah.
But I also like Dart too.
Yeah. I just think I cannot envision the winner having Russell Wilson and Dart. The winner is going to have like Cam Ward or Bryce Young at least in that QB2 spot. You know, that, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but I just cannot see. Look, Superflex is a tough thing to win unless you have a second quarterback. It just really is. And I like playing the game. I do like playing that game. I'm a big risk it for the biscuit kind of guy. So give me Milrow and Shador. Give me, and I'm like you. I'm trying for Penix and Cam, but if I get screwed, I do still try and, you know, I don't give up and just close the app. But yeah, I think make sure you're not making it a habit of waiting on your second quarterback to the point where you're never drafting Penix Jr. or Cam Ward. And you know what? To be honest with you, the luxury of, you know, sometimes I have been, and I'll probably do a video on this because I've been very adamant about going one quarterback, then going back to one QB thinking, and then just drafting the hell out of, hold on one second. Oh, I got him. Okay. Now, in weeklies, I'm not worried about buys. I don't care about really depth to a degree. I'm going to draft the hell out of running backs. I'm going to take 6, 7, 8 of them. I don't care. I'm my wide receivers, I'm going to probably just going to bank on Bowers. I might get one backup tight end. This is weekly winners. I could care less about depth. And so I took Brashard Smith. What was I going to say? Oh, so my new Superflex video will be dropping soon. And it will be where I kind of say this. You know, the ADPs, they'll change, right? And when the ADPs change, I end up changing a little bit of my behavior, as I should, as anybody should. Adjust and adapt. I preach it all the time. I'm starting to see the ADP shift enough in Underdog Superflex because I drafted in like 3 or 4 of them over the past like 48 hours. And I've been finding myself really happy with a late draft selection. I end up getting Mahomes and Bo Nix, or I get Nix and I draft an earlier quarterback than I would have thought I wanted with that second pick. And then I go, after I've got my 2 quarterbacks, I just smash the hell out of running backs, wide receivers, a tight end, whatever. And I'm finding myself not feeling like I missed much of a beat, bro. It's such a natural thing to be like, hey, I can't miss out on Lamb here at, you know, the 1-2 turn, or I can't miss out on Genty, who's sitting here in round 2 in a Superflex. But when you get to that 3rd pick and you're not obligated to look at quarterback again, and you still see monsters sitting there, you know you never have to draft another quarterback until later in the draft again. It's pretty, you know, feels like you feel free. And the ADP didn't really line up for that to make a lot of sense for me with the players I wanted to draft, but I feel like it is now. So I'm going to be attacking quarterback a lot over the next handful of weeks in Superflex while it's still open. How full is it right now? The Underdog Superflex. If anybody wants to draft in them, make sure you get on over to Underdog. The link is in the description and it's in the live chat pinned, and code Smitty gets it done. They'll match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. So if you're wanting to do what we're talking about right now, please hit that link. What'd you say, bro?
Oh yeah, the Underdog, the Superflex is almost full, so it's like just a little bit longer.
Yeah, it'll probably be full tonight. That close.
$5.
Yeah. I timed
I
out.
love Superflex.
Yeah, there's like less than 5,000 entries, 6,000 entries.
Okay. So they'll do another one for sure. I'm almost positive. They'll do a Superflex too. But yeah, my advice is to try a couple double QBs. Not something that I normally do. It just isn't. It is not something I normally do. But I
got.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. One draft I got Breece at like the 4th round, and I got Dak and Herbert like I think 1 and 2.
Nice.
Yeah. Disrespect on Breece.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Oh, no, I took Gibbs first round and then Dak second and Herbert third.
Let's look at this team real quick. I'm not sure that I love it as much as I did at the beginning, but it's still pretty good. It's a weeklies. I'm not worried about depth again. You're not worried about bye weeks really or anything. You're just trying to, I mean, you can build around that. You can build around bye Mageddon if you wanted and play for just one individual week and just have the best team inside week 10. You know, week 10's got a lot of buys. So if you draft the best week 10 team, you could just try and win that 20K. But every week is 20K to the first place team and then reset each week. My team is Lamb, Bowers, JD5, Harvey, Kenneth Walker with Charbonnet later, Debo, Judkins, Coleman, Zach Charbonnet, as I mentioned, Garendo. A lot of home run hitters, though. Jaden Higgins, Cam Ward, Luther Burden, Dante Thornton, Brashard Smith. I timed out on Joshua Palmer when we were talking. And then Yoshi Voss. So I'll probably get a tight end here just so in case like Bowers goes down, I don't want like to have zero shot on any week after that point or something. I want somebody in there.
Yeah, your running backs are home run hitters. I like your running backs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting team, I think.
I was surprised someone didn't snipe you on Charbonnet.
I almost took him that pick before a little early just because I didn't know, but he was like 20 players down, but I was like, so I took him like maybe 14, 15 picks ahead of ADP, but he would have never made it back. But yeah, I almost took him a little early just because I was afraid somebody was going to snag him. All right, TM42, anything else, bro? I'm going to let you go. Anything else?
No, man, I appreciate it. Just started watching back again and looking forward to the season.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Later. Travis, anything else?
Like you said, July.
Oh, go ahead.
Like you said, July 4th. Seems like July 4th, people start to come back and get into the mood for football after July 4th.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, I guess like kind of the halfway point of the summer, maybe. So they start to look forward to the.
I think it's because you're 1 month away from August, and so you're just like, I got to start thinking about football.
Yeah.
You know, just like when it's
right,
February, you're like, oh, it's March Madness next month. So it's just some sort of trigger point. So I always like think about it, plan around it, understand that that's going to be a switch that gets flipped on the 4th of July. On the clock, tight end is needed. Oh, this is the wrong draft. I got an alert that I was on the clock and it was in another draft, and then I'm on the clock here and I'm going to time out. Here's where I'm going to go Ferguson.
Nice. Good.
Not a bad team. Not
Flowers and Ferguson.
I'm really just excited about this other team. This other team is crazy. Just filthy. Let's look at it one more time. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Stafford, Gibbs, Bucky, Harvey, Charbonnet. This is not weekly, or this is Best Ball Mania right here. This was weeklies we just drafted, and then this is the earlier team from Best Ball Mania. I mean, geez, man, this team is just crazy. So Harvey, Sharps, Ray Davis. Let me merge Rock out in. Ray Davis, Garrett Wilson, Hunter, Igbuka, Pat Bryant, Dante Thornton. This is again Best Ball Mania. Tesla. I made a calculated, risky, it's going to make some people uncomfortable decision. And, everybody's got their own thing. Me beefing up other positions at the risk of not having a tight end during one individual week, it felt like the right move with this particular team. It's not something that you can necessarily plan for when you hit a problem like this, where you say, I need to grab another running back, or you just do and you don't, you're not careful and you just say, I'm doing it. You just get excited like I did with Blue. I took Blue. It put me in a position to where I had to draft perfectly at wide receiver, which I think I kind of did from that moment on, but I still wasn't comfortable with having Yoshi Voss only. And so we looked at it. We talked about it. The live chat was kind of torn on it. It's not like an easy decision. Do I go with Gray? Do I go just 2 tight ends? And do I just go with Gray and eat the bye week, which might be 5 or 6 points with the tight ends that were available? I mean, maybe they get you 2 points. And what if I picked up Ferguson? He got you 2 points that week. You know, week 10, he's not even fully there. Higbee's in there still. And I mean, so I just thought, you know what? I could go get another tight end and they could fail me. And then Kelsey gets hurt and then I got nobody. Or I could get Gray and Kelsey, be locked down for the entire season minus the bye week. And I just eat the 4, 5, 6 points I assume I'm going to get. And that Tesla helps me smash another week. You know, because Tesla is going to have a real good shot at scoring at least 1, 2, or 3 times for me. This is a really, really, really good squad. And there's some rhyme and reason to this Kelsey thing. Not to mention, I don't care. It's Best Ball Mania. I'm not worried about. It's not like it's Eliminator. It's not like it's, you know, gonna necessarily bite me in this week. And if anything, if like let's say Kelsey goes down, here's the other thing you got to think about. There's so many strategies to this. Everybody thinks they know everything. Even when I'm doing it, I think of a strategy or something that after the fact like this right now. I didn't think about this beforehand, but think about this. If Kelsey goes down in the middle of a game, Gray might save me. Have a great game, and I would have lost that 4, 5, 6, 7 points right there by having a third tight end. You know, like who knows? This protects me to have 16 games that are untouchable.
He comes in, they're not game planning for him when he gets, 2 touchdowns in the third, fourth quarter or something.
Yeah.
So that can happen just as easily as the other thing.
Thank you, Matt. Happy 4th to you, bro. Happy 4th to everybody. Happy mother freaking 4th.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
And for everybody watching from other countries, happy, whatever day your day is. We appreciate you too.
Was it Canada was July 1st, I think.
Yeah, happy Canada Day. Belated. All right, anything else? Rockout's on the phone. Rockout, you're live.
Okay.
Rockout.
What do you think about my bad team at the 1 spot?
Oh, you're in this draft. I'm sorry, Rockout. I didn't even know. I cut it off, and I try not to look at that so I don't worry about sniping anybody. 1 spot. Let's scroll up. Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice. I'm glad I didn't make fun of the 1 spot as it was going. Real quickly, Rockout, if you don't mind me sidestepping here. Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say, I forgot. That was the other team. I was going to go look at the 12 spot, but that was the first draft. The guy that took Higgins in round 2. Oh, God, what if they cancel it? They can't cancel Higgins in the top of round 2. There's no way. That's crazy, but it's not like you don't cancel a draft over that. Okay, Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Kyron. Love that trio. This is weekly winner, by the way. I know we keep going back and forth between different teams, but this is weekly winners. Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice. You got Mahomes with them. That's perfect. I didn't know that was you. I saw that, and I'm like, good. That's a good move. Kyron, Chuba. That's great. Kelsey, Olave. That's great in weeklies. Olave could be huge in weeklies. And a disappointment everywhere else. Ray Davis. I like that. Ray Davis is a good pick. Let's scroll down a little bit and hit the bottom of this team. You got Wilson at the bottom, Little Bill, Corey Krosky Merritt, Jack Besh, Aaron Rodgers, Kyle Pitts, Kyle Williams, and Bryce Young. I like it. It's a good squad. Rock out.
Yeah. I like that Chuba. That Chuba move there in round 4. Chuba was a top 12 back in half of the weeks he played. 8 out of 16 weeks. It's just so steady.
Team 2, not bad. Team 4, Gibbs, Josh Allen, Breece Hall, J-Mo, Cortland Sutton, DJ Moore. The receivers could pull their weight for 1 week or whatever. So some of these teams I would hate in Best Ball Mania, but I don't mind them in weeklies. I don't know if it'll win it, but it's a good team. JJ, Tyreek. I mean, in weeklies, Tyreek's better than in non-weeklies. Hurts, Marion Hampton, Mixon. I mean, that team's got a shot. Barkley, A.J. Brown, Lab McConkey, McLaurin, James Cook. I mean, if James Cook does some great things like he did last year, and even if it's not all year, he gets hurt or something, I mean, he's still got a good shot at that. Genty, Lamar, T. Higgins, Kamara, Hunter, Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers, Brian Robinson Jr. That could do some damage for 1 week. Malik Neighbors, Puka, Chase Brown, DK Henderson, Fields, Aaron Jones. I like that. Christian McCaffrey, a lot better in weeklies than in non-weeklies. Amon-Ra, Jonathan Taylor, JSN, Tet McMillan, Laporta, Judy, Tony Pollard. Team 11, Achane, Nico, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams. I liked everything up to that point. I'm not saying Connor doesn't deserve a look here. And Pacheco, Stroud, Addison. God, it started off great though. I'm indifferent on some of those players from James Conner down, but I mean, Adams, Garrett Wilson, Nico, and Achane's pretty damn good. 11 spot, Brian Thomas Jr., Bucky, Trey McBride, Mike Evans, Montgomery, Baker. That could be good. Derrick Henry, London, George Kittle, Burrow, Chris Godwin, Swift, Adunze. Okay. Yeah. Good squads, guys. Anything else rock out as I pack it in?
Yeah, I know with you should trade him like double-digit weeks. Who would you, in your mind, what kind of player would you try to trade for him?
Who?
Now.
You're cutting in and out when you say it. What? Who?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Like, who would you try to trade for? Like, what type of deal would you need? Like some kind of 2-for-1?
Yeah. The only problem with that, bro.
In a dynasty?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just not gonna.
Well, not dynasty redraft. My bad.
Okay. I mean, the problem with trading Henry is like if you draft him and he's not blowing up, you're not getting rid of him. If he's even remotely lesser than he was last year, that will freak the hell out of everybody that might be a potential buyer. So my cautionary tale here is go in a different direction if that's your plan. I said last year I should have told everybody that with Mixon. Draft him and then trade him double-digit weeks because his ADP was ridiculously decent. It wasn't a risk, really. So that was the move. That's on me. I was right that he busted on everybody, but I was wrong in that the approach should have been draft him, ride it out, trade him high, flip him. You make a lot of money doing that, in terms of fantasy value. Henry's different, though, because Henry's costing you second-round ADP or, in some cases, higher. And I'd rather just draft Bucky. I'd rather just draft Achane. Those are the players you're going to want to trade anyway. Trade for anyway. You're going to be like, how can I take Henry and turn him into Bucky, Smitty? Like, just draft Bucky. So I don't know that you're going to get what you want out of this. Unless he's playing better or exactly the same as his best last year, I don't think anybody's going to give you this massive package deal because they're gonna be holding their breath a little bit no matter what. They're just gonna be like, he looks good, but that happened on your dime. When someone blows up and has like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then you kind of wanted to trade for him, and you're like, damn it, I don't want to trade for him now. I'm not going to get those points. It just pisses you off. I just think people will be a little apprehensive, even in redraft, to trade for Derrick Henry unless he's outdoing his numbers.
Would you say if he's... Go ahead, Rocco, sorry.
But to answer your question, the problem is it's going to be buy low, sell high. I don't know who's going to be buy lows to week 5, week 10, week 8. You know what I mean? Like, if I could envision something, it would be maybe Hendy hasn't fully been unlocked, and you get Hendy and a player like Rashee Rice who maybe he had a setback, and I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I have no way to really tell you who to go get because you'd have to be buying low, and we'd have to be anticipating some low-scoring games. Otherwise, no one's going to sell the players we want. So it's kind of a hard question to answer. Go ahead, rock out.
Well, like, how low, if he has a decline, how low you think he actually goes down?
We'll be really afraid of him if it's like an extended decline, like 2 or 3 weeks. People start to worry.
I honestly don't know, bro. I mean, I think there's a chance that Henry just gets hurt, and then when he gets back in, he can still do okay. Or there's a chance that he plays amazing and then he just like Mixon drops off the face of the earth in the middle of the year. Week 10, week 11, he's just going to freaking tank. It's going to look like he's running in mud or he gets injured there. But that's just my gut feeling. I'm not saying I've been, last year he wasn't an avoid for me. I was wrong 2 years ago. But last year it was not an avoid for me. I was fine drafting Henry. I wanted him in top of round 2, middle of round 2. We didn't really want him in 1 necessarily, but we didn't need to take him in 1. So it was like it worked out good. He was a good value. He was fantastic. So I was okay drafting him. I didn't miss on him last year, but I'm okay missing on him this year if it means I'm just drafting Bucky or Achane instead because I'm not going to miss. It is going to end up being, I was wrong about him, but congratulations, Billy Bob 5413. You ended up getting Henry and he worked out. Well, I got Bucky, so it worked out. We both did good. High five. That's what it's going to be. That's what me being wrong on Henry is going to be, is that I watched someone else do well with him, but I'm going to do well with the guy I took, and I'm not even regretting it. That's the moral of the story. There's just in Dynasty, if you're go ahead, Travis.
I was just going to ask him, is it a straight redraft or is there any keeper implications? Because that would be the only other factor I could think of where you might be able to track something out.
No.
Just straight redraft. Okay.
Yeah, if it's redraft, you haven't drafted him yet, right? You're just telling me hypothetically.
Yeah,
so just avoid him, man. I mean, unless you're gonna ride the train until the wheels fall off, and you're like Matt. I think Matt's in here, and I respect Matt's thinking. It's fine. Matt says he's built different. Everybody says that. It's a repeated, regurgitated line. Not saying that in a bad way, Matt, but just like everybody says that. That's fine. You think it's going to happen again? I'm okay with that. But at the end of the day, it's like you either got to draft him and take it home, or you got to just avoid him and grab a safer player. I think that's where you got to make that decision for yourself. And I'm more of along the lines of Bucky. I have ranked higher than him. I think Bucky outscores him. I think Achane outscores him. So why in the hell am I going there anyway? This is like when someone drafts 2 tight ends in round 2 and 3 in a non-best ball. Bully tight end and best ball is different because you don't choose who starts. It's optimal scoring. In a non-best ball, the dumbest move on the planet Earth that you can make is drafting bully quarterback or bully tight end in a 1 QB or 1 tight end league. That is the dumbest move in the history of football, in fantasy football. Because
people always want to do tight end.
You what?
Always want the tight end. People always try the bully tight end.
Yeah. The value is there. I took Laporta. You know how many people are stuck with Laporta when they grab Kelsey or Kittle too? They Kittle Laporta and they couldn't get rid of Laporta all year long. Don't do it. It's ridiculous. It kind of reminds me of that in a way. You just got to decide what you want to do. Real quickly, I forget who said it. I think TM42 say look at some weekly or some week 1 hires. There was one I wanted to show everybody that feels like there's an error. Like, let's take advantage of it and let's do it live, and we'll do it now. This is the most ridiculous line I can find in sports right now. On Underdog, this is the most ridiculous hire that I can find. This is crazy. This is insane. This feels like a home run. This feels like a glitch in the Matrix. This feels like somebody doesn't know that somebody's playing week 1 or something like that. Maybe the joke's on me, and there'll be some sort of like Chris Godwin's great, he's great, then Godwin's not, and we heard that. Maybe that's going to happen, but this is the craziest hire that I can find on Underdog. And if you want to smash this, hit the link that's in the live chat. It's pinned. The promo code is Smitty, or the link that's in the description of any video if you're watching a replay, and play this right here. 53.5 yards, Rashee Rice, week 1. I mean, that seems like taking candy from a baby. That is one of the easiest calls that I can find. I'm combing through these. That one's just insane. Achane, what was the one on Achane? 55 rushing yards. Come on. What do I look like? Do I look like a rookie? Do I look like somebody that doesn't know ball? Like while we got 55 yards for Achane, that's a smash. I'm gonna put that one on screen here too. So please smash these with me. Underdog promo code Smitty. The links in the live chat. The links pinned in the live chat. The links in the description of the video if you're watching the replay. Please smash these hires with me. This feels like taking candy from a baby. Higher on Achane, 55 yards rushing. This is crazy. Michael Pittman, 50 yards. I might take the under on that one. Okay, Bijan Robinson, 78 yards. It's pretty good. 78 yards. You liking that? Drake London, 68 yards. That's pretty good. Bucky, 72 yards. Do I look like a novice to you? I won't get mad. What are we doing?
Oh, that's wild.
Drake London higher. Bijan higher. Can I even put these on the same? Well, let me put all these on the same. Let me see.
Marvin Harrison against the Saints, 64.5 yards. A little more risk, but I like that. Saints aren't going to be that good.
So I put these, if anybody wants to tail this, $10 gets you 206. You got to hit them all. I didn't do a insurance or whatever on them. Let's do this. Let me put it on screen here. This is just, I mean, this is me kicking the tires real quickly. I didn't even like pick my 5 favorite. This is like me just literally walking in the store and grabbing the first thing I see because everything I saw I loved. Rasheed Rice, 53.5, higher. Devon Achane, 55.5 rushing yards, higher. Bucky Irving, 72.5 rushing yards, higher. Drake London, 68.5 receiving yards, higher. Bijan Robinson, 78.5 rushing yards, higher. $10, 206. Do it live. Now, if you don't like all those, pick and choose. If I had to like give you 2 to mix with what you're thinking, you don't just have to copy me. Rasheed Rice, 53.5, absolute smash. I will probably say the Achane, 55.5. Whenever you're dealing with a number that begins with 5, and they're a potential top 5 player at the position, I think we take it. The 72 yards Bucky, you could have 55 receiving, 70 rushing, and make it happen. London, 68 yards. That happens. Bijan, 78. He could have 55, 100 receiving yards, whatever. And then have a low. It happens. But 50, I mean, Achane 50 and Rasheed Rice 53 feels like taking candy from a baby. These are the top 2 picks of the week, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. This one's a little riskier because of the QB situation, but Jerry Jeudy, 45 yards against the Bengals.
Yeah.
5.5 yards. That's pretty catches.
Get behind that. Breece Hall, 58.5 yards. Now, he does have like 58-yard rushing games and like 50 receiving. So, Garrett Wilson, 58 yards, 58.5. That's really good. Fields, 205. They don't think Fields can throw, I guess, at all. MHJ, 64. You said that. I like that one. McBride, 59. Oh, man.
Yeah, I saw that one too. That's nice.
I mean, Bowers, 65. Genty, 73. I don't think Genty's ever run for 73 yards. He hasn't run for under. What?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, Genty hasn't run for under 100 yards in over like, it's been like 15 months.
Doesn't know that number.
He did. Genty never ran for under 100 yards in college last year. He had 29 touchdowns. Was it 29 or 26? 29 touchdowns? What was it? I got it right here. Genty. So I have it right here. 100 yards in every game. 29 touchdowns. 2,600 yards. Never was under 100 yards last year. This 5'9", 211-pound monster. Jeez, man. Harvey, 700 yards over. Yeah, not everybody can play those. Unfortunately, in Arizona, I can't see the season-long ones anymore. I drove to California last year and did a live stream on it. And then when I went to Disneyland in March, I grabbed a bunch of them. Let me see if I can find those.
Where does it usually show them like right in with all these?
So
like where it says,
if you have champions on the bottom left instead of pick'ems, it's probably you're like me. You can't see them. If you have champions though, you can always look. Maybe you do. you're going to scroll instead of so you're on Champions tab. Instead of NFL, you're going to scroll to NFL season is what the title is going to be.
Oh.
And it'll either show it or it won't show it. If it doesn't show it, then you can't do season long, which is really crappy. Because it's really just pick'ems. Like, it sucks that you can't. Why is it any different, you know? I think because they got...
I guess Massachusetts got rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no NFL season for me either.
You can bet on disc golf pro tour.
Yeah.
That's
a bummer.
My real quickly, let me show you a couple that I have. Let's see here. $9 pays out $874 on this one. So this is when I went to California. I grabbed these. Let's see how I did, because this is going to be fun to reflect on. You know, this far away from March. It was in March that I did that. Went to Disneyland, and then when you get there, you can play. So here's the first one. So $9 gets me 800 and something dollars of all these land. But I got to get all of them. Bijan, higher than 10.5 TDs rushing. Dak, higher than 26.5 passing TDs. That's a smash. McBride, higher than 4.5 receiving TDs. Herbert, higher than 22.5 passing TDs. I did like that one. Lamb, Lamb, higher than 8.5 receiving TDs. Jamar Chase, higher than 11.5 receiving TDs. Lab McConkey, higher than 6.5 receiving TDs. And Marvin Harrison Jr., higher than 949 yards. So that felt like...
It's funny. The CeeDee Lamb one, the Jamar Chase one might be one of the riskier ones. You look at the whole thing, and it's not that risky. I think those are good picks.
What's crazy is that pays out 97.2 times. That's insane. This one's $10 pays out $9.72. Some of these are the same. So Burrow 4,100 yards for Burrow higher. Hurts 19.5 TDs passing. I don't know if I feel like he can do that now. He probably will. They're gonna throw a little more. That's on the cusp. Bijan 10.5, like I said. Caleb Williams. How did I do this one? Was I sleeping? Did I sit on the phone? Caleb Williams higher than 3,400 yards. I think he can do that though. That's easy. I'm just. Why would I bank on Caleb at all? I don't know. AJ Brown higher than 7.5. Drake London higher than 7.5 TDs for both of them. Herbert 22.5 again. Devontae Smith higher than 6.5. That one's not bad. I'm a good shot at working out. Let me see this one. Oh, this one's got Bucky and Neighbors on it. Mahomes. Let me throw this one up. This one's going to be fun. If you guys want to do this again, Underdog, some of you can do the season-long ones. They're much more fun than the weekly ones. I wish I could. I'm probably going to, maybe I'll drive to California just to do them in the last second. I don't know.
Devontae Smith has had 7 or 8 touchdowns each of the past 3 years, so that's a really, really solid bet.
Yeah. All right, this one here. So again, if anybody wants to try these, you'll have to see if you can do the season-long ones. They're not available to everybody, but the link is in the description. It's Underdog Fantasy, code Smitty. They'll match 50% up to your first 1,000, or 50% up to $1,000. So if you drop 2,000, they'll give you 1,000. You drop the $10 minimum, they'll give you $5. So you drop 20, they'll give you 10, but you only have to do $10. That link is pinned in the live chat. It's in the description of the video. I'll drop the link one more time just so it's handy. Here it is right here, and code Smitty also gets it done. This one right here, Dak over 26.5 TDs. Bijan over 10.5 rushing TDs. Marvin Harrison Jr. over 6.5 TDs. So his two hires were 900 and I forget what the yards were, 950 or 9 whatever, and then 6.5 TDs. We had 8 last year.
That's in the fair.
Brock Bowers 5.5 TDs. Bucky Irving 1,074 yards. So I mean he had He had more than that last year. Or no, yeah.
Less than half the snaps.
Yeah. CD Lamb, 8.5 TDs. Feels good. Patrick Mahomes, 27.5 passing TDs. That's a cakewalk. And then Neighbors, 6.5 TDs. So those are all really, really, really.
With the mortgage and the kids' college fund on it.
I mean, yeah, some of them, it feels that way. And the most beautiful part about that one, $10 pays $1,080. 1080. If I land all these, 1080 off $10. The biggest payout I think I could find. Oh, I did $100 on this one. $100 to pay $2,500. Now I'm a little nervous. This would be a nice little.
Which one was that?
I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna put it on screen. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm surprising myself. I'm trying to surprise myself. All right, here's $100 pays out $2,500. Bring home the bacon, baby. Oh, these are beautiful. Joe Burrow, 33.5 TDs. CeeDee Lamb, 8.5 TDs. Brock Bowers, 5.5 TDs. Marvin Harrison Jr., 6.5 TDs. Neighbors, 6.5 TDs. Mahomes, 27.5 TDs. If I get all those right, it's a smaller amount of players. That's why I did 100. Smaller amount, $100 pays $2,500. Wow.
Those are great too, because those aren't overly. I mean, not overly risky. Where like you're betting on someone to hit double-digit touchdowns. Because that's when you get into some risk. Because people don't realize that it's rare to hit double-digit touchdowns. So there's always a risk built in, when you do that. But I mean, that's basically half of it. That's crazy.
This one's $100 pays $1,000. Let me see. I mean, I got a lot of potential here The worst is when one of them doesn't land, though, and you have them across all of them. That's what happened to me the first year.
Yeah.
I had Keon Coleman on 30% of all of them, and I thought it was gold after watching him in the offseason. And then I had somebody that got hurt. I had in 50% of them. But
I was going to ask, with the injury, how does that work? Does it give you a percentage of it? Cancel it? Or
nope.
When it's an injury?
Nope.
So you're just done even with injury?
To my knowledge, yeah. To my knowledge. But this one right here is $100 gets me $1,000. Harrison Jr., 6.5 TDs. Bucky, 1074.5 rushing. So basically has to get 1,075 yards. Bowers, 5.5 TDs. Neighbors, 6.5 TDs. CeeDee Lamb, 8.5 TDs. So this will get me a grand off of 100. And then I got a lot of $5 versions of this for $5 that'll pay $400. $5 pays $540 on this one. This one's a little bit of a unique one that I don't have some of the same players. So let me throw this last one on and then I'm going to get out of here. This one is this one's a little more complex. It's a longer list of players, but they're still very good. And I did when I did $100 or $50 ones or $20 ones, I did a shorter list, so it was a little easier to win. But when I did $5 ones, like this one right here, is $5. $5 gets $540. So $540 off of $5. Joe Burrow, 33.5 TDs. Josh Allen, 9.5 rushing. That one could easily not happen, 8.5 receiving TDs for Lamb. Mahomes, 4,074 yards. 4,074.9 for Patrick Mahomes. So he has to throw for a little over 4,000 yards. Hurts, 12.5 rushing TDs. I don't know if I like this one as much. Jamar Chase, 11.5 TDs. Bijan, 12.49 rushing. See, there's a lot of things that an injury or something could take this one out. I feel like you guys feel the difference between this one and like the other ones. The other ones are like 6.5 TDs.
Yeah.
Some of these are a lot
little
higher.
more.
This one feels a lot harder to land. But yeah, these are fun.
I mean, the Mahomes one though. I mean, his 17 game average is like 4,800 yards or something. So if they get back to passing, that's going to be within the realm. I mean, the Harris and Bucky, like those two bets just seem such a given. You never know. But
yeah, this one
I can't get over those.
I can't get over that. This one pays me for the $100. It pays me $2,500. All I got. Gump, that's the second time you hung up. I'm not. Gump has hung up twice. He's been on hold and he hangs up. I'm not adding him again. You can call him tomorrow. Marvin Harrison Jr. 6.5 TDs. Bucky 1074.5. So 1,075 yards. Under 1,100. And he gets that one. Brock Bowers, 5.5 TDs. Neighbors, 6.5 TDs. Lamb, 8.5 TDs. If I land all these, my $100 turns into $2,500. That's awesome. All right, boys, I got to get out of here.
That's awesome.
Appreciate you calling tomorrow, fellas. Appreciate you.
Yeah, later, Rocco. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Thank you to my super chatters. Thank you, Ray G, Rockout, Jonathan Coble, Ray G. And then of course our man of the hour dropping his wattage and claiming his fame on the Genty video drop. Cody, appreciate you. Let's play it on the way out the door. Cody, do it live.
Hey, I'm Dom, and I drive fast cars, get hot chicks, and draft Ashton Genty double fist style with 2 cell phones at the same time. Why do I have 2 cell phones? One for looking up Ashton Genty stats all day. The other is for getting chicks.
Don't forget Patreon, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Just try it out for $10. You don't like it, it costs you $10 to try it, but you get advice all month long. It's a live chat group, 365, 24/7. I'm in it. I'm not sitting there at everyone's beck and call. Smitty, answer this, Smitty. But I'm literally trying to jump into people's chats constantly. I see a new chat. I try and get in there and say, yeah, I agree with these guys. And we talk about it, right? It's 24/7, 365, live chatting with the same group you essentially love and chat with in the live streams. Those are the same people in this one. 24/7, 365. I'm going to go over there right now and chat with everybody. Let me drop the link in here in the live chat. Let me pin the link real quickly in the live chat. There it is, pinned in the live chat. And let me go and pull it up right now. And I'm going to say, what's up, everyone? Let me type right here. You'll hear me type. This is what I'm going to say. Hey, all. Any late night post graveyard show topics? I'll be here for a bit. I'll just leave it at that. Boom, smash, hit it, drop the message. Now everybody's going to chat in there. That's how you get into the best live chat group, in my opinion, in fantasy. So I will see you all later. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget I'm live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm additionally live whenever big news breaks, and I'm additionally live most every graveyard shift at midnight here on the channel. So if it's midnight Eastern, we're probably live every single night, pretty much. I do take occasional nights off on the graveyard show, but I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, almost every single Monday night, and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday, Wednesday. Monday through Friday, I just usually almost never miss that show unless I'm like so sick. You know, even if it's a holiday, sometimes like if it's a Christmas or New Year's Day, let's say, I will, you know, like those type of things, Thanksgiving or something, I might push it to like a later show or something. But Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, pretty much rain or shine. Midnight Eastern, almost every single night, and also additionally live whenever news breaks. And that doesn't even include the uploads. I'm uploading videos like a monster these days. Have you noticed? See you all later. Appreciate all my super chatters. Thank you to my mods, Travis, Space Ricky, Sick Nasty, Blackbeard. I said Space Ricky, right? DeBalt. Damn it. Blackbeard, Space Ricky, Sick Nasty, Travis Rowe, DeBalt, Terry Roberts, Kenny Powers if he's out there, Vampy. Am I missing anybody? Appreciate you all. See you tomorrow. Dose.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Mr. London, what seems to be the problem? I've been a little off. Can't seem to get things going, if you know what I mean. I think I have just the thing for you, Mr. London.
Guys, I'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow, 4th of July or not, we're live at 8 p.m. Eastern. You don't have to show up if you're busy, but that's where I'll be. Here on the channel. 8 p.m. See you tomorrow. But I'll be live before that, I'm sure. Deuce.